you can also expect that people will treat you different when they know you don't have papers. Like, they know you can't do certain things and they feel like they can take advantage of you, because what are you gonna do? You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing about it. We're gonna sue them, report them. You can't do nothing about it. And this by when I mean people, not just like strangers, because strangers don't know your business. It's gonna be your friends, your family, your spouse, like. Hey lovies, welcome back. It is your favorite inconsistent best friend. For those who are new here, I'm Danz and welcome to D Spot. Let's see if I can change the name, like D Spot. When I made it a couple years ago, it felt like me, but so much has changed since then. So I think we're gonna come up with a new name. But welcome back. I brought notes because today we're gonna talk about my immigration process, what it really was like. This is all about me, my experiences. I am gonna tell you a little bit about like regular people experience, like, because I feel like mine was a bit abnormal, but I'm also gonna mention like what other people go through. But yeah, settle down, get a drink, okay? All right, yeah, we'll have our drinks, we'll have our snacks, so let's get straight into it. So we're gonna talk about the USCIS process. You know, USCIS is the US Citizenship and Immigration Services. Yeah, and immigration services. So they're gonna be the ones, if you're migrating here, that you're gonna deal with the USCIS. We're gonna talk about depression and financial struggles that come as a result of migrating, or just leaving Jamaica. I was gonna say like migrating from Jamaica to here, but leaving your home country and coming to the US, or going to any other first world country or wherever, because the process sometimes is so long and you don't even know that it's gonna be that long. And remember, you can't work, but we're gonna get into it. This is all gonna be from my point of view. These are my experiences. Everybody's experience is different. I promise it, for everybody it's completely different, and mine was a bit abnormal, but to me. So let's get into it. So first thing first, we're gonna talk about green card. How you can get a green card. You can get a green card through marriage. You can get a green card like if immediate family members like file for you. Them have another word for this, but yeah, file for you. Like your mother, your siblings and stuff like that. You can get a green card through employment, and you can get a green card through VAWA, like Violence Against Women Act, but it's not just for women. So basically, if you encounter any abuse, whether domestic partner or even in your family, you can actually use that to get a green card. There's so many different ways, like contact a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, disclaimer. Contact a lawyer, but there are actually so many different ways you can get a green card, and I know a lot of people don't know that. I personally got my green card through marriage. A real one. I know people who get it through employment, but I feel like that take like years. And also I know someone who got it through VAWA. So different ways to go about it. My shirt look lean, or me? I don't know. Alright, so we'll talk about my process with getting my green card through marriage. I submitted my documents to USCIS because I got a lawyer charged $3,000 US, and I had to pay in like different installments based on like when I submitted the documents. I sent $600 or whatever. I had to pay whenever I did my biometrics, then I paid again when I get my work permits, and then you pay again when you get a green card or something like that. It was different installments, but yeah, I personally recommend my lawyer. But anyways, so when I got married, it was 6 months after, because I wanted to make sure I gather enough evidence to submit to USCIS, because that is actually truly important. And if I could go back in time, I would probably submit more, because the more evidence you submit, the faster your process goes. So I really submitted pictures. I don't remember if I had bank statements. I mean, we have a joint account, so I don't remember if I had bank statements. I had affidavits. I had a couple of things, and most of the pictures were family pictures. So both of our families. So that was there. So I submitted 6 months after I got married, and then from what I hear, people be like, you can do your biometrics like a month after, 2 months after. Then after your biometrics, a month after that, you're gonna get your green card. You're gonna get your work permit. So in my mind, going through all of this, I'm thinking I'm getting my work permit. So 3 months after I submitted, and by this, when I got married, I was in the country for 8 months. So I was already like 2 months out of status. You can't really work here without, unless you're gonna get like an under the table job, you can't work without papers or your work permit. So I thought that, okay, I'm gonna get my work permit within 3 months after submitting, and I was like excited, looking forward to it, because broke and hungry. Hello? However, so I submitted. I never got my work permit until okay, wait, I'm gonna draw back. After I submitted, I did do my biometrics, which is the fingerprints and stuff, like 2 months. I did 2 months after, and then I say that, it said, oh, alright, USCIS reviewing your case, and I get excited after that. Like, yeah, case to move fast. So I tell everybody, yeah, you need a lawyer, like, panic. However, after that, so USCIS reviewing the case clearly don't mean nothing. After that, I never got my actual employment authorization or work permits until a year and 2 months. A year and 2 months after submitting. So throughout that whole time, I had to like not be working. When I initially came up here, I did little work because I was doing my master's, and I did little work with my brother. But most of the money I wasn't really making a lot, and most of the money I did make, I was paying to school. I was paying for my school fees, so I never really see the money. And then so after I done that, and then I was just there like not working. I remember say, even though you're married, or even when you live with family, or you live whoever, the try have no tough chat, make no money, do nothing, so you just will look at corners. Alright, we're gonna move. I'm gonna more talk about that when I talk about like depression, with financial struggles and stuff like that. Hold on. Hello? Well, okay. With financial struggles and stuff like that. So after I get my work permit now, I'm just like, alright, I was able to get a job. It wasn't paying a lot, and it definitely wasn't paying for my degree, like based on the degree I have, but that's beyond the point. I got a job, and then after that, so 1 month and 2 months, 1 year and 2 months, I got my work permit, and then it was about a year after that. A year after I got my work permit, like a year and 2 months after I got my work permit, that's when I actually got my green card. So I'm in this process now for like 2 years, 4 months, there about like 2 years. Like in the process, like this process lasted so long for me. So let me see, yeah, about 2 years and 4 months now in the process, which means I did married for 2 years and 8 months. Like, yeah, married for 2 years and 8 months before I finally got my green card. So that was my experience. Other people have gotten their green card within a couple months. Other people have gotten their work permits within just 1 week. But this was what I went through. And sometimes I feel like, because I had my hopes up and I have everything planned based on what other people went through, so sometimes I forgot to limit with expectations, and just know that anything can happen. Like, anything can happen. I feel like this did work out for me just because I got my green card after 2 years. Like, I didn't have to go through the conditional green card thing where, you know, you only get it for 2 years and then after you have to go back and do another interview. I never did that. And also I never did an interview. Like, I ended up skipping the interview process. I like to think it's because of all the evidence I submitted, but it could also be said I don't know. But I know a lot of people who have also like skipped the interview process. God was favoring me. Like, I pray for it every day. If you want to know more about this like process or like things that I went through with USCIS, you can ask me and I can make another video about it. Like, no tea, no shade. Let me know what you want to know. So like, we're gonna talk about now like the whole depression and the financial struggles that you're gonna face. As I said, if you're gonna be like me and not get a work permit within like a good amount of time, you are gonna just be home. Especially like me, I had a career back in Jamaica and I had a career, I had my own business, and then you come here and you can't work. That play on your mental like a whole lot. Like, it will if you you know, I guess when I came I was staying with family, but you know how that go. Like, I'm forever grateful, but at the end of the day, like, that's not gonna be like a comfortable situation for you, because it's not your place. And then even when you're moving, you know, you have a relationship, you're married, that is also going to be difficult because you're still not making any money, you're not making any contributions. You really feel like, all right, this is really not mine. Like, you have to depend on somebody for you to eat, right? I was going to school the whole time throughout this process, and so I couldn't get a full-time, well, I never know what I was supposed to do under the table anyways. I never know what for them. I'm not under the table job, and me go to school, all expense from like going to school to plus like, you know, work. Like, it was mentally draining for me, and I was depressed majority of the time. Also, you're gonna face depression because you can't travel. Like, my family always going back to Jamaica. They travel a whole lot, and I can't go. Like, so that used to stress me out. Like, I have to be the one who stay and just like be on Instagram, like watching everybody live, and I'm just here. Also, what else? Yeah, you know, you're not a friend. Like, most of my friends, even though them travel, like, I wasn't seeing like the friends that I was like extremely close with in Jamaica. Other than Cody made sure to like visit me multiple times, and I always appreciate her for that. Like, she my boo. Go follow her, Cody Annie T. I feel like I probably already know her. Good girl. But she was the only friend who actually like made the effort to try to come see me like multiple times, because she know I couldn't go nowhere. But yeah, it was sad, you know, you couldn't see everybody. I feel like that's it for me. That's all I have to say about this USCIS process. Well, if you want to know more, I feel like you can ask. If you want to know more, like for me to go in details about it, just let me know, because it was just so long and drawn out. Like, there's so much to it, but it's really all depends on where you are too. Like, the wait time, if you live in somewhere like New York or Atlanta, where everybody like you have more immigrants living, or Florida, like sometimes the process is longer. Like if you live somewhere like Wisconsin or Wyoming or somewhere where a lot of immigrants don't typically migrate to, the process is gonna be like shorter. So it really all depends on where you live, where you decide to go. It also depends on how, like, what avenue you go through to actually get your green card, whether it be marriage or it's from your family or VAWA or employment. Like all of those also depend on a different wait time. I don't know what else to say, but even as I said multiple times before, if you want to know something specific, ask and I shall deliver. I'm gonna promise right now that I am gonna be doing more videos. I'm gonna be consistent again. Okay, I was never consistent, but I'm gonna try to be consistent. I'm gonna try to be consistent, and I hope y'all tune in. Yeah, thank you. Follow my social media, dance_3 on Instagram. Mega just at my TikTok right here, so because I never remember it. D_ANAE. I don't know. And also go check out queerlytales.com if you are queer, or if you have family who's queer and you want to get them something for the Christmas, you can do that as well. Thanks. Bye. I'm such a millennial, but